Hi there. Happy Wednesday. It's May the 1st, 2019, and I'm Eric, talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where today is the first day of Asian Heritage Month, or as we call it in Vancouver, a glimpse into our future.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's good.
I've been waiting for that all day.
That was a good one. Well done.
Thank you. It's been a while since we had a good one. How's Gord doing today?
Doing all right. As I mentioned while we were off the air, I am looking forward to a very, very busy day tomorrow, which will be nice. And, yeah, that's about the extent of my shit.
Very good. I got to ask a really ridiculous question today, and I figured I'd pose it on the air to you and our listeners. Hi, listeners. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for listening to Eric and Gord. This is a question that was posed to me last night. Would you rather have sex with a goat and nobody ever find out, or never have sex with a goat and everybody thinks that you did?
Ooh, wow. I'm going to be honest, kind of scared to answer that question.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's, I thought it would be more fun than it was. When I got asked it, man, like, there's a lot to consider there.
Yeah, I think that if rumors ever went around that I fucked a goat, I just think that a lot of people would just get more of a laugh out of that than they would about anything else.
Yeah.
So I think I would rather take the rumor than the actual act.
I'm pretty sure my friends would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, some of my friends would just be like, yeah, he's probably drunk. Or does stupid shit when he drinks.
Ridiculous. Well, everybody, send in your answers. I'm curious as to what you would say to this. Eric at ericandgord.com or Gord at ericandgord.com. Some big stuff happening for us, hopefully. I worked very, very hard in the last 24 hours trying to get us out there on the podcast radar, and I think I did a good job. I approached a lot of people that were way out of our league and asked them to please review our show. So we can expect some probably fairly negative reviews in the next little while.
That's all right. Any review is a good review at this stage.
Exactly. And I went after like the New York Times. So, it's not like Jimmy's podcast corner from his mom's basement. I got the fucking New York Times.
No, exactly.
There's a few where you have to pay. You have to pay like up to $100 to have your show reviewed by them.
Really?
But it goes a long way in like advertising for when they do.
Well, fuck that. They got to pay us to do that shit.
Yeah, that's kind of how I thought. But no, I guess it's the other way around. And that's just fine because we are making more money now. Thanks to some new friends. Well, they're not new friends. I always knew they were around. I just didn't pay enough attention to them. That's our good buddies at Radio Public, radiopublic.com. It's free. It's easy to use. And it helps listeners like you find and support shows like ours. I'll be dropping a whole bunch of those throughout the episode because we don't have sound effects. So.
Well, that's cool. Somebody's got to do it, and I usually don't, so.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool site. I've always liked it. I didn't realize how much they do for podcasters. I thought it was just go and listen. And something people might like about listening on Radio Public, there's no login, there's no password, nothing like that. You just go and you listen to your favorite show, and that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's very
cool.
That's
way easier.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So there's no secret subscriptions or pay to download, nothing hidden, no, nothing. They don't take any personal information from you. You just listen to your shows and that's it.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, I thought some people might find that really, really cool. I certainly do. I think that's very helpful. And they pay out not based on the size of your audience. It's divided evenly, very like communists.
Well, that's just so much better.
Yeah. Another thing I'll say before I move on really quickly, it is available everywhere in the world. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to Radio Public. And that is on iOS or Android. So they're pretty fucking cool.
Nice.
Okay. Well, do we want to get into the nitty-gritty of it, or should we start with some campaign news?
Let's jump into the nitty-gritty of it.
All right. I've been dying to talk to you about this story. This weekend, the Indian Army reported that an expedition team in Nepal discovered Yeti footprints in the Himalayan mountains. The tracks in the snow measured 35 inches by 15 inches, and they were spotted near their base camp on the Nepal-China border. Photos of the tracks will be sent to Chinese experts for analysis, and to date, there has never been any scientific evidence of any kind to support the idea that a Yeti is real.
And I have a feeling that no matter what the results is, that's going to continue.
This was in an area where he's commonly sighted, where he's only been sighted, actually. Right, I forget the name of the mountain now, but it's one of the tallest mountains in the world. But it's not it's not one of the first two, because I know those two and it wasn't that. But yeah, it's the only place Yetis have ever been seen, but no one's ever... He is more elusive than Bigfoot, apparently. They got these big snowy footprints, and the Indian Army is convinced. Now, I don't know what the Chinese are going to think it is. I don't know how friendly they are with the Indians.
I don't know, but when I was looking it up, when I looked at one of the pictures, my immediately thought was, well, it looks to me like it's been melted around.
Yeah.
Like it's melted itself down a bit, and if that's true, then that explains the sheer size.
Sure.
And that would also explain why it would look like more of a footprint when it could just be a giant bear fucking print.
No, I don't know if it's a thing in that part of the world, but the first thing that crossed my mind was snowshoeing.
Yeah, but snowshoes aren't going to leave impressions of, like, front toes. This thing, you could actually clearly see what looks like a form of, like, a toe.
I see.
But there are brown bears and something else that lives up in that area.
Of course, yeah. Could it be a giant, like, reverend bear? Is that the name?
Possibly.
Yeah, probably. I like the idea of these things existing. I'm not sure that I believe that they do, but I like the concept. I like to think that they might.
I still like to think, too, that there's a chance that we just haven't discovered everything yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of nice.
And there are parts, like there's parts of forests we just can't get to. So you never know. There could be something. I like Bigfoot. Yeah. I've always been a fan of Bigfoot. I hope he's out there and rocking it for us. Yeti, I don't care really, but I guess he's like Bigfoot's cousin, so he's probably cool. But he's like that weird cousin, you know, when like your best friend's cousin comes and it's always weird to hang out with them.
Yeah, that would be Bigfoot. I know that when I was reading the article on that one, there's an offshoot article I clicked on and I was reading, and apparently they had found what they thought was Bigfoot bones. So they turned around and had them DNA tested. Turns out it was a bear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they kind of fucked the pooch on that one.
I was thoroughly convinced that I found human bones when I was a child. I was probably 12 or 13, and I found a skeleton. Really? I was totally convinced it was human, just because the femur was very convincing, and I had just seen the birds with Tom Hanks, so I knew what a femur was. And it was a horse. In the end, it was the bones of a horse.
Funny how kind of disappointing that is afterwards, right?
And yet, now in my mind, it's relieving. Like, I'm glad I never found a human. But at the time,
I would rather have found a human.
But I did get like people involved. I called the police. I had the coroner come down. Like I was convinced. But
well, I did the same thing. The ex-wife and I actually went for a fucking hike once. One of the very few times we actually went and did something that's like exercise related. And we had, because we everywhere we go, we drank and brought drugs with us. So we were smoking weed, and so we sort of went off the beaten path a little bit. This is on the Bruce Trail here. We went off the beaten path a little bit just to smoke this, so we weren't bugging anybody, and ended up finding this set of bones, and they looked really weird because my first thought when I saw it was like, holy shit, this is like children's bones. That's what it looked like. It looked like a child's fucking set of bones. And so I ended up actually collecting them, and I took like 2 of the bones, stuck it in my pocket, and then we finished off the hike, and then we went back, and I ended up going to the police station with it. And I said, hey, I was out for a walk on the Fruit Trail, and I found this. And as soon as the guy looks at it, he goes, let me take a good look at that. He just looks at it again. He goes, yeah, no, that's not human. That's actually from this animal. I'm like, how the hell do you know that? He goes, actually, I'm studying this for a living right now. He goes, so this is like perfect. He flips his book open. He's literally on the page showing the skeleton remains of the skeleton I'm staring at.
What are the odds of that?
Pretty much impossible, but yeah, it was very fucking humorous. So
that's funny. What was it?
It was. What the fuck was it? I'm trying to remember. It was the remains of. I want to say possibly I think it was like the remains of like a raccoon.
Oh, okay. It'd be rad if it was just something random like a kangaroo or something. Just like what?
Yeah, that'd be fucking weird if that was it. Look, it's a marsupial from Australia. Of course, that's where you found it in fucking northern Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like those feet that keep turning up every couple of years in the shoes.
Yeah.
There's 13 or 14 of those water called. They just every so often they float up on the shore. It's a foot in a shoe. That's the average foot in a shoe. One.
I remember that was happening.
Yeah, it still happens. Every so often one will pop up in the water and they can't fucking figure it out.
Jesus.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that's something I'm not sure I want to know the reason for.
I want to get a hold of some friends in Australia and see if I can get some kangaroo bones and freak people out around here. Sure things up this summer.
Well, you can certainly ask them all you want, because, yeah, fuck that.
They're shitty little animals. I'll care one day. I'm happy. They told them. They told like $20,000 a year.
Jesus Christ, really?
Oh, yeah, they're brutal. They wipe out an entire crop in a day. Like, they come running through like a herd of deer, but they eat everything in their fucking path. They'll put a farmer out of business overnight.
Jesus Christ.
Not to mention, some of them are the size of moose, so you hit them with your car and you're fucked up. And they're big and stupid, and they're angry, and they just run down the middle of the road. So they got to get rid of them. They take over like rats if you let them run wild. So they have government teams that go out.
Really, eh?
And told them every year. Because they know how to do shit right.
Learn something new every day. How about that?
Thing sucks. Finding bones is cool. I always wanted to be like a bone finding guy, like a paleontologist or an archaeologist of some kind.
See, I always thought the same thing, but then I always thought, for as often as you're constantly digging and looking,